Yo, what's up? So, it's been a while since the last time na upload ako ng video. I got to say that this type of video for the next years will be a quite different one compared sa mga ginawa ko nung past months. Usually kasi, when I did a video as you observed nung mga last months is talagang heavily edited. However, one of the problem that I encounter now na ngayong college na ako, especially freshman, and as I observe the matriculation form, nakita ko na ang schedule ko is palaging loaded, like more than 31 units per semester above, which is very quite very what you call this, parang medyo loaded na talaga ang unit na imagine compared sa usual na 27, 21, 31 means I'm taking more than additional half of what they usually have. But anyway, what will be the changes sa usual na video ko? Compared sa mga edited kong video, I will be uploading regularly in this YouTube channel at least once a week. And the type that I will do is like this, just like a podcast where I will randomly share my thoughts. And I will share to you my what you call this? My realization for almost 1 week. How did, for example, like this, um, too many commercials, it will not be cut out because it will be uploaded on my YouTube channel raw. And I'm also thinking of regularly uploading the YouTube shorts, but my idea here is consistency over the edit and quality. Because anyway, for the next 10 years, 20 years, I will be regularly uploading content. There will be a lot of time to improve the quality through video editing. But for now, especially in these early days, what's more important is the consistency to share with you the thoughts that I have, the experience that I have at this moment. Because 10 years from now, this experience will be forgotten or it will not matter. So I think it's precious because at any point of the time, the future Kenneth can go back to this video and learn what I will share. Okay, so it's almost been 1 month since the start of my college, and currently I'm studying at Ateneo de Naga University. When you think of it, if you're not here in Bicol region, when you think of it in like globally scale, you can think of Ateneo as one of the top schools in Bicol region. Although in national, not much, but in Bicol region, Ateneo de Naga is one of the well-respected and well-known that, oh my gosh, there's too much commercial. But anyways, I don't know if the noise reduction can filter out the screaming of our neighbors there. So yeah, there's a lot of commercials. Okay. Okay, going back, so you can say that Ateneo is one of the most reputable schools in Bicol region. Yeah, that's a usual occurrence there. They're usually my neighborhood like. But anyway, here is my realizations during my first month in Ateneo de Naga University. Okay, so the first bullet point that I have written, I don't know if it's journal, but you can say a bit a script, but mostly it just contains the idea. Should I show it? Should I show it to you? I think yeah. Okay. So as you can see there, it is my script idea, realizations, and usually it is bullet pointed and it is not scripted. And depending on what comes to my thought, that's what I will usually say to you. Okay? Okay, so in my experience in Ateneo, I think that almost all of the top students in the Bicol region, or should I say the elite students, almost majority of them choose this school. So you can say that I experienced being surrounded by many top performing students for the first time. Like most of them is chess champion, some of them is have a research paper that is competing to the international level. Some of them is very skilled in Arduino. Some of them is very skilled in programming. Some of them is also a student leader just like me. So you can say that student or top student with different backgrounds converge. Okay. I also observed that some of them are incredibly wealthy. Some of them have influential background. Some of them are extremely talented in one field. Some of them are even smarter than me. Speaking of smarter, I have this experience. You can say that around 1 week or 2 weeks ago, our professor gave us a surprise activity. wherein you will solve the volume of something using the formula by deriving it from Pythagorean theorem. And I was like, for the first time, I was dumbfounded because I really don't know what I will do. And there is one classmate of mine that he he immediately get what he will do and he finish it instantly, while me and my classmate are still unsure of what we will do. He's there already outside because he already finished the task. And for the first time, I feel like, wow, this is the first time that someone smarter than me is in the same classroom as mine. And I think majority of my classmates, all of them are exceptional students. Like you cannot just think of them as some average student because almost all of them are student with very good background academically. So being surrounded by top performing students for the first time, it is inevitable that I have this thought of, oh my god, I feel like I am a big fish in a small pond before that is now being transferred in the ocean. And you will really see a lot of different people that has exceptional qualities. I even written here that some of their achievements are even greater than mine. And maybe you too. Once you reach college, you will get to know a lot of people that has incredible background, has incredible performance, and some even way smarter than you, smarter than me. At this point, like, I feel that my achievements compared to them is really just way below theirs, because when compared to them, my achievements are very humbled down. That for the first time I have this doubt of, is my achievement really great? Because when compared to them, it really just feels nothing. But you know what? I realized, and luckily, I have this, how should I say this? Almost all of my feeds in Facebook, in Instagram, all of them are all motivational, and some of the cliche or the usual motivational post that I see is focus on your race, not on others. And for me, it really makes sense. Like, their race is not your race. Their life is not your life. Their problem is not your problem. So, why should we compare ourselves to them? Especially since our journey is very different than theirs. Indeed, why should we compare ourselves to other people when we know that when we compare ourselves to them, we are just nothing? Maybe it's just me ranting, but for me, it really just feels a very humbling experience. Like, you know, the feeling that in the school, almost all of the students say, "Hi, Kuya Kenneth." All of the students say you're exceptionally smart, you're exceptionally genius. However, once you enter the university, once you enter like the somewhat a simulation of the real world, you will see for the first time that there are way many people who are more talented than you, than me. So stop comparing ourselves to them. Because remember, what really matters at the end is that we know to ourselves that last week, the younger version of me, compared to the me at the current moment, is different. The current version of me improved, even by 1%, 5%, 10%. That all really matters. Comparing ourselves not to other people, but to our younger self. So, the second bullet point that I have written here is that the first month of college will be a huge adjustment, especially since the system are way different compared to high school. Okay, so let me share with you the orientation seminar wherein in that our SEM, it is explained to us that 60% of our grades are based on examination. In our school, there are 4 examination: preliminary, midterms, pre-finals, and finals. And every month, we have an exam, which is, for the next week, we have prelims. Next month, at the end of the month of that, we have midterms. And the following month of that, pre-finals, and at the early December, we will have finals. Okay, so in the college compared to the high school, wherein the exam is just 20% of the grade, in college, it is a very, very big deal because it comprises 60% of your grade. This is why I kind of understand that most of the students, especially those, perhaps have you already seen the post in the YouTube wherein a lot of students share their techniques on studying, especially for examination. Because I kind of relate that you really need to prepare for examination if you really want to have a very, very high grades. Especially if you're a scholar and you're maintaining something. Like, damn bro, I kind of feel that my discussion here is somewhat branching out and it doesn't really have a main point. But I think it really just the way this new channel works, especially since my schedule is very busy and editing the YouTube videos and structuring the format, I kind of miss my junior high school days when there's a lot of free time. But anyway, I just do my best to stay consistent uploading video at least once a week for the rest of my life. Even if it's not edited, even if it's not addicting to watch, as long as I share my valuable content. And I know not a lot of people will watch this type of long form content because only 10%, 5%, or even 1% will watch it from the start up until this point. So if you're someone who is watching this from the start of the minute until now, the 12-minute mark, I kinda commend you. First, either you really trust my advice. Second, it seems that you're just interested in what I want to say. Or you're interested in me. Whew. Okay, so for the third bullet point that I have written, so I will share to you that last month before the start of class, I really asked the engineering student, those top performing students that I know, and I asked them what is their advice for me, especially as the incoming engineering student. And all of their suggestions diverge into one main point. They say that you must focus on foundation. You know, they said to me that if you really want to understand the high level mathematics, what you need is to focus on solidifying your foundation. The algebra, the trigonometry, the linear equation, What's important is that you master the basics before you can move on to the higher level. And in case that your foundation is very weak, you must take time as the top priority to review the lesson and to understand the core foundational topic once again. Because advanced studying is useless if you cannot understand it. That's is their advice. And also, the usual cliche advice is study, study, study. They said to me that if you really want to do well in mathematics, if you really want to do well in programming, what you need is not memorization, but what you need is practice. Practice problems, practice different type of what you call these scenarios, and explore more. Because usually, if you did not practice, even if you just memorize a formula, when you arrive at the exam, you will be like blank, huh? How should I solve this? And that's the type of scenario that they want me to avoid because they said if you really did not prepare for it, expect that you will really get a low grades for it. Also, one thing that they said to me is if you really do not understand the topic, do not ever hesitate to ask the professor because that is their job to explain to you things that you cannot understand. And I'll give you an example. In our calculus class, our professor usually asks any question, and usually, even the things that I somewhat understand but I feel uncertain, I usually ask it to the professor because I am the, how should I say this? It seems that my reputation in the school as someone who is very active in class is slowly solidifying. Like, imagine, in every classroom, my usual place, me and my friends, is in the topmost part. Like, imagine there's a two rows, and here is the blackboard. And me and my friends, I would be sitting at the front. My friend would be sitting here, 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 here. So you can say that we are really lucky because we can just ask the professor because it just feels that you and them are talking. Like, damn, bro, it kind of feels weird saying something without script and you're just saying things that's coming into your head. And it feels like I am unprepared. I don't know if this helped you somewhat, but this is my realization for the past 3 weeks. And for the next week, I'll be coming back again and I will share to you my experience and lessons. But for now, that's all, and I will now be uploading it to my YouTube channel. Although, because of it, the growth of the channel will not be, but I prefer consistency over intensity. Because you know what? After 10 years, 20 years, this channel will grow. And I deeply, deeply believe in it. But for now, let me just end this with my very favorite quote. Always do your best for your future self. Mwah.